Boogaloo back with you. Halloween special. Russell Roney. Madman Pondo. What a surprise. How we doing, my man?
I'm doing great. A lot of people ask me to be on podcasts, but of course they're wrestling podcasts. And I think a couple of times, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? But when you said, let's do a horror movie, pick 10, I'm all about it, brother. You got me. You got my attention. I'm ready to roll. I got 10, actually 12 in a way, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But hey, man, it's October. It's time. And yes, you got your Freddys, you got your Jasons, you got your Michael Myers, you got your Candymans, you got your Art the Clowns, which
Woo!
is kicking fucking ass. But I picked 10 that maybe people haven't heard about. Maybe they have, but I dug deep. I went deep and found some obscure ones because anybody could talk about Michael Myers and Leatherface and all the popular ones, but together we're gonna get people watching some old time shit.
Good. That's what I'm about. And hey, who better to ask than Madman Pondo? I knew the
That's
man to
right.
ask.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Let's get obscure. Go ahead and
let's
crank it out to me. You go in whatever direction you want to go. You can do 100 if you want, but let me know what you got, Pondo.
all right, buddy. Well, the first one, when I saw this movie back in the day, so my first three jobs was video stores. Uh,
Nice.
SNL video, CNN video, and I can't even remember what the other one was. But so once you got done watching all the good movies, you always watch the shitty movies,
Right.
or not shitty movies, but the beer movies and the brighter movies. And one of them that I can't tell you how many times I took home is The Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell and Rucker Howard. This is probably Rucker Howard's best he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so C. Thomas Howell teaches us not to pick up hitchhikers, no matter
No.
how tired you are, how much boredom you obtained on your trip. Don't pick up hitchhikers, and this movie is the epitome of that because Rucker Howard isn't only a serial killer, but he's a thankful serial killer. He
Yeah.
thinks his shit out. I don't want to go too much into it because I'll ruin some shit, but this movie was put together so well. Like C. Thomas Howell did great, Rucker Howard did great. Um, so yeah, the first one I'm talking about is The Hitcher. So if you've never seen it, now they made a remake, which is
Yeah.
no way as
Mm-mm.
good as the first one.
Nah.
So if you're gonna take my recommendation, find The Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell and Rucker Howard and give that a shot.
Go for the
You've seen
OG.
this one, right?
Yep. Yeah, and let me ask you before we get to the next one. You've been on the road a lot. Have you ever picked up a hitchhiker after watching that movie?
Not at all. I haven't picked up a hitchhiker in my life, really.
Good. Fuck them.
Yeah. How about you?
Nope. I ain't doing it.
What about if one was bent over her hood with Daisy Duke shorts and needed a ride?
Let's go
Surprise.
ahead and shoot to the next one before I get myself in trouble. What we got next on the list?
All right. This one, the name always confuses me. It's either Frontiers or Frontier S.
Oh, okay.
Do you know about it?
I do. Isn't it French?
Yeah, it's a French movie, and a lot of people hated on it, saying that it was trying to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre like, but I don't see that. There
Mm-mm.
is so much more going on. There's so many family members, more than what the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had, and not to mention the characters that they just keep getting better and better and better from the killer family. So yes, it is a French movie, and I do believe if you can't stand subtitles, I do believe on the DVD version, not the Blu-ray version, on the DVD version you can try. Maybe I got that backwards. Maybe it's anyway. One of either the DVD or the Blu-ray, you can translate it over into English if you just can't take subtitles. I like to watch the movie the way that it was filmed, so I'm a subtitle guy if there's subtitles.
I'm with
But
you.
Frontier S is about just give you a little small premise. Um, there's like 4 or 5 people who stole some stuff, and they're trying to get away from the cops, and they go to a small hotel, and actually, I'm just going to leave it at that. Anything I go farther than that, it's going to tell you guys part of the movie, and I'm not trying to do that. I want you to watch the movie and tell this guy what you think. If my predictions were good or if they were bad. If you liked them, I like you. If you don't like them, hey.
Pondo
But
says, "Fuck off." No,
that's
that's a
right.
hardcore movie.
That's it, man. The next one, this one caught me by surprise. Like, so many people kept telling me, dude, you got to check out this movie. So finally I sat down and I did. It's called The Sadness.
Mm.
Huh? Is
Oh
that not a
my!
badass movie?
It surprised
Um,
me. It was way better
yeah.
than I thought it would be.
It's a subtitle movie. I've never seen an English dub version of it.
Mm-mm.
And again, if you can't take subtitles, then this is not the movie for you. But if you can sit through the subtitles, this is a badass movie. People call it a zombie movie, but it's not a zombie movie. There's a chemical in the air that affects people and turns them into dirty mouth killers, more or less. And
Filthy.
filthy language. And yeah, man, like I said, it really caught me off guard. You can find this one on Shutter,
Yep.
and like I said, subtitles or nothing. But check out The Sadness. Um, so the next one is this one also caught me off guard, and there is subtitle and uh, translation.
Hmm.
It's called Train to Busan.
Oh, okay. You got me with a new one here. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. Train to Busan is a zombie movie, and it is fucking awesome. Like, I I I thought maybe I was done with zombie movies, because The Walking Dead just oversaturated everything. But Train to Busan is really fucking good, and you're lucky enough that you don't have to wait. That the part 2 Peninsula is also. So watch Train to Busan, then watch the movie Peninsula, which is part 2 to Train to Busan. But this one gets you, man. You're worried about the characters,
Mm.
and that barely ever happens to me anymore. So
Yep.
Train to Busan and Peninsula.
I've been meaning to
Uh,
check that one out. I'm going to. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, give that one a try, man. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
The next one I got, this is a favorite of mine, and why this main character isn't up there with the Michael Myers and the Arts the Clowns and all that. The Fun House. Have you ever seen the Fun House?
Yes, Toby Hooper. Oh man, I've wore out that
That's
DVD.
right. Um, some kids go to the local fair, and they get the idea. Hey, let's spend the night in the Fun House, and shit happens from there.
Yeah.
You do have to sit through 30 minutes of circus acts and freak things. After that, this movie takes off, and the main character is so awesome looking. And so, anyway, Toby Hooper did a good one on this one. Rest in peace, Toby.
No
Uh,
doubt.
yeah, the Funhouse.
Why do you
A
think it
really,
never took off? Because that's such a good movie.
I don't know, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to tell the people that there are other movies other than Jason and the mainstream guys, even the Tall Man. I mean, this is
Yeah.
below the Tall Man. This is below Carrie. This is like the ones that nobody talks about, and that's why I'm glad that I've got the chance to talk to you guys today about it. But the Funhouse has one of the best horror master. He should have been farther. And
Yep.
now that I've been going to a lot of horror conventions, I do see the guy on T-shirts and shit like that. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is getting a little more attention, but I want him to get a lot more attention.
I'm
So
I'm glad you
go ahead.
brought that one up for sure, because that's
Yeah.
one I've barked about forever and made my friends watch, and everybody loved it. So yeah.
Yep. The Fun House by Toby Hooper. The next one, this one is not all that old, but it's called The Overlord. Did you see The Overlord?
I've heard, but I'm not. I haven't watched it.
All right. This starts out being Saving Private Ryan, then turns into Schindler's List, then turns into a badass zombie flick.
Really?
So, yeah, that's three things to put in a 2 hour movie that just sparked my interest, and I've watched this one I don't know how many times. How many times? So I don't want to tell you anything about it. Just look for the movie Overlord. I think it's 2018 or 19, something like that. It's not that old. It's the newest one on my list. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know about this movie, so I'm trying to get people aware of it. So yeah, Overlord.
I'll check it out. Okay.
Right. I'm sorry. This is the newest movie on my list, and this one's just total fun. It's a movie called Sis.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. All right. Um, I don't want to tell you jack about this movie, except the characters in this movie are so fucking funny and cool. But it's a horror movie. You'll
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm talking about. But SYCYST Cyst is a good one, and I picked this up for $10 at Walmart.
Really?
So, but I'm pretty sure it's streaming places now.
Just sounds
Um,
gross. Cyst.
yeah.
Yuck.
Uh, the next one is an Australian or New Zealand. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that yes, they do speak English, but sometimes the accents are so strong. Like they have some Aborigine guys on there, like from Crocodile Dundee. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it's called Wormwood: Road of the Dead. One
Okay.
of the best zombie films. It's got some really cool characters in it. It keeps you going the whole time. Wormwood: Road of the Dead, and my not my prediction, my suggestion is to go ahead and put those subtitles on. You don't have to pay attention to them until you can't understand what they say. Then give them a look. But yeah, and with Wormwood: Road of the Dead, if you haven't seen that one, you guys are lucky because you don't have to wait on Wormwood Apocalypse Part 2, which has a lot of the same characters in it, and it just picks up where the first one let off.
Really?
So
Okay.
Wormwood, Road of the Dead, and then Wormwood Apocalypse is the second one. Don't watch them backwards, or you're gonna be like, what the hell is this? But watch Wormwood, Road of the Dead first. If you like that one, move right on to Apocalypse because it's out now.
Okay. I'm learning here. Hell yeah.
All right. Uh, my next movie is a movie called Girl House that has a serial killer. I'll go ahead and tell you named Loverboy.
Ooh.
Um, this is a horror movie for the year 2000s, and you'll see what I'm talking about while you're watching this because um, the serial killer uses a lot of electronical advantages to get to his victims, and the guy is he's a rapper that I had no clue. But anyway, a lot of good tits, a lot of good looking chicks, if that helps you out. But the story is awesome. Um, uh, Girl House. Check out Girl House.
It's another
And,
new one. Okay.
and my last one, this is my favorite horror movie. And yes, cancer culture would not let this movie be made today, but the movie's called Mother's Day. And
Yes.
it's not my favorite because of the rape scenes. It's not my favorite because of bullying women, but it is my favorite because there's a mother who's teaching her kids to be killers and rapists, and it's like these two adult boys are not grown up yet. Like they fight all the time. Um, they have to ask mom questions all the time. They have to kiss mom on the cheek. Uh, Something about this movie. This is probably the one I've watched the most. My favorite horror movie, and a lot of people hate on Trauma, but this is the cool thing about Trauma. If you go to trauma.com, you can watch every movie they have for free.
Mm-hmm.
So what other company would ever do that for you?
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that is Mother's Day. So we will go backwards. Um, First one was Mother's Day.
Lloyd
Second
Kaufman's
one,
brother. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, Charles Kaufman.
Hmm.
Charles Kaufman. On that DVD, I'll give you a small story. I found out he was working at a bread place in California. Well, I called that place and talked to Charles Kaufman for about 10, 15
Really?
minutes. Yeah, he said, I'm the Sherlock Holmes of horror movies. He called me that.
Hell yeah.
The second one is Girl House. Third and fourth is, well, third is Wormwood, Road of the Dead, and Wormwood Apocalypse. Fourth movie is Sis. Fifth movie is Overlord. Sixth movie is The Funhouse. Seventh is Train to Busan and Peninsula because it's one and two. Um, the Sadness, which caught me off guard, but is a badass movie. Frontier or Frontier S. Um, Let me see if I can see how that's put on there. Frontier, and then that S is red on that. So I don't know if it's Frontier S or Frontiers, but if you search it. And the last one is The Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell and Rucker Howard. Rucker Howard's best work I think he ever did. And there you go. There is 10 picks of obscure horror movies that I would wish people would check out.
Check them out for Madman Pondo this spooky season. Before we let you go, Pondo, do you have any upcoming shows you want folks to come attend? Do you have any new merch you want to slang? Anything you want to put out there to the masses they should check out?
Well, I do have Hollow Wicked coming up. Insane Clown Posse's 30th anniversary of Hollow Wicked. I am wrestling on that. Wrestling starts at 4 o'clock, so if you want to come for the wrestling, you better come before 4. Um, Man, just so much. I go back to Japan in December.
You guys are killing it.
Uh, doing our best, man. Doing our best. I have a book out. It's 238 pages of embarrassing and some not so embarrassing stories, but I tell the truth and I tell it from the heart. If you want to own a autograph copy, you can get that at eatsleepwrestle.com. Tell John Cosper I want an autograph copy. And then if you bring that book to one of my matches, I will always give it the old bloody thumbprint there on the first page for you. And the reason I do that is someday when I'm not around and they figure out this whole Jurassic Park shit, you can make another one of me.
There you go.
So,
We
so
can,
then, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say we can bring back Kiss and Madman Pondo. So
You
hell
damn
yeah.
right. I used to own that, but in between divorce and girlfriends, I lost that comic book somewhere.
Been there.
And then, and then, oh, and if you're looking for a Madman Pondo t-shirt, worldwide.com. I'm sorry, deathmatchworldwide.com. Corey Higdon over there made a whole damn website for deathmatch workers. You can find all your favorite deathmatch workers t-shirts on there and a few more. So again, that is. Oh, I'm sorry, I even forgot. So the book, eatsleepwrestle.com, or you can find it on amazon.com.
Okay.
And then the t-shirts is deathmatchworldwide.com. Tell Corey Higdon I sent you. And yeah, man, that's about all I got.
Hell yeah. Can't thank you enough, Madman Pondo. Oh,
No
hell yeah. Got
problem,
any big
man.
plans for Halloween?
Yeah, that's Hollow Wicked.
That is
That's
Halloween.
in
Okay. Well, that's big
Yeah, that's
plans.
on that show. And don't forget 2001 Maniacs. If you watch it, you might see a familiar face in there all through the movie. I might show up in there. You never know.
Oh man, that you talk about that. Honest to God, not just because you're on here. I've watched that movie so many times. First time I watched it, and you popped up. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy cameos in that, but such a
There is.
good
Yep.
flick.
I hear you, man. I'll tell you a story about it before we go.
Sweet.
I saw Kane Hodder, and I was like, "Hey, man." I saw that we're in the same scene, and he's like, "What movie's that?" I said, "2001 Maniacs." They filmed his part in California. They found my part in Georgia, but they wound them together, and it looks like we're in the same area, but we're not. But you'll see what I'm talking about.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Oh yeah, man. I'll ask you to stay on the line here with me just for a moment, Pondo. To the
All right,
viewers,
man.
stay tuned. So much stuff coming down the pike. Just hang in there.
Hang
That's
in
what we
there.
got.